fuel sender doesn't work, I always like to start the trip by going to the fuel station. I'm going to head up to Neil, which you have met in a previous video. If not, check it out. That's with this Lancia. Mixing it up, but he has a lovely collection of cars, and we're going to check out his garage and see what he's up to. Always very nice to meet Neil. He actually picked up a couple of Lancia parts for me in Italy. That's really useful to have such nice connections as Neil. But, now I'm just pulling out from the petrol station, and it's always such a pleasure to hear the V6 come back to life after being a little bit dormant. I was out for a drive a couple of days ago, well, adjusted the hood as you saw in the video, and it's not bouncing around anymore, so that's good. I should have sorted that out earlier, but to be honest I hadn't noticed until that last trip where it actually did bounce up. So luckily it was the hood goes up this way and not the other way around, and it could have gone a lot worse. Anyway, it's pretty boring listening to me rambling on alone, so I'll get back to you when I find where Neil is. Hi Neil. I see the bonnet's up on the 404. What have you been doing? Got issues with the booster.
Trying to work out why the brakes are not as strong as they should be. And I think it may be servo related.
Should be, but it's brand new.
I just changed the servo. I connected it properly.
Wow, what a garage. It's the most eclectic garage you will find, I think, in these parts.
Where do you want to start?
Start with the Mitsubishi. I think that's... What's the story with that?
The Mitsubishi, that's my spare Mitsubishi.
That's your spare one?
I have another Mitsubishi.
Does that actually go in the trunk of this? So if this breaks down, you just...
The trunk of this is very, very small.
Okay, yeah.
And you can barely get a bicycle in it.
Well, the Volkswagen is cool. As my friend James has got an insight, you've got one of these. What's the mileage, you said?
It's supposed to get 300 or 285 miles to the gallon. In reality, it gets about 150.
Still, you get pretty far with that.
And the door's open.
There we go. That's pretty cool.
You can recognise the VW bits in there.
Yeah.
Of them.
See, the fabric looks very much like on the ID3 electric car. Yeah, my father-in-law has one of those.
I don't know how much
but,
technology swapped between those two
I don't know,
things.
the door's pretty cool.
All carbon fibre.
Yeah.
So, if you like carbon fibre, you'll love the XL1.
Yeah, look at that. So what's the upside? It's obviously fuel economy. And downsides?
It doesn't have any soundproofing, so it's quite noisy.
But then again, you're kind of used to that in other vehicles,
Yeah,
so it wouldn't really affect you so much, would it?
But actually, when you're going down the road at like 80 miles an hour or something where you're allowed to do 80,
Yeah.
the aerodynamics quieten everything down because it's
Really?
so aerodynamic that you don't get very much wind noise, and if
No.
you're not getting much road noise, it's actually very, very smooth and it'll cope with that very nicely. But running around on B roads, it's not really suited to that. It's very much like just one step above the prototype. Really.
It's super cool. It looks something out of a movie. Like if you look at a sci-fi movie or something, it's kind of what you imagine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. And you got the 404s. That's kind of your...
Yeah.
Is that the first kind of classic you got into, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I've had that about 10 years now.
Yeah. What year is this? 67, 68?
This is 73.
73, so one of the
It's
last.
one of the very last automatics they made.
Wow.
This is an automatic.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You
It's,
got a ball of the. You're famous for your very precise parking methods in your unit.
mm-hmm.
Very impressed.
Out of necessity.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to
Part.
part with This is a newer edition. We've already done the video.
Yeah, we did a
on
video on this. So anyone that wants to check out the full video on this, he came down to mine and in the rain. This is a lovely car, really cool.
Right and drive.
And then you got the Familiar.
Yeah, the 404 Estate.
Yeah. And then a 504 convertible. I do like these.
Yeah. I can't get the fuel injection system to work properly on that.
You know, we should actually invite Henrik, my friend, to come over and just spend a week here in the garage.
Oh yeah.
You'd get this, you get all your Peugeot sorted, I'm sure.
Oh, well, if you can get this one going, I'll gladly have him over. It will run, but it won't run for long.
Ah.
It's been completely restored, this car. I bought it in Italy. Where's the thing?
It's a lovely looking car.
Look at that motor.
Good lunch. Ooh.
Look at that. Did you ever see a cleaner engine?
Not in the 504. That's lovely.
Everything's new.
Except for it not working.
Except for it not working, it's fantastic.
Amazing.
And the polystyrene.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't normally
the sound ending, isn't it?
It won't stay on.
You've been painting some bike parts on that, or?
I was painting my other Flavia, the front grille of my other Flavia.
It's cool. It's really cool dashboard. I like the line logo and the steering wheel. It's really.
Well, that's the original wheel on there, yeah.
What did you make you get this one then?
I bought 3
Yeah.
out of a collection, and the idea was that I would make a fortune and retire.
Okay, yeah. And then it broke down.
Like
No, fair enough. That's cool. And we got a Apia.
Little Apia there.
That's a Series 2, right?
I couldn't be happier.
Yeah. A Series 2?
Series 2, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
And I bought this from the car show in Bologna, the great big car show that's... no, it used to be in Padua. I bought it in Padua.
Yeah.
They've moved the show to Bologna now.
You got the sliding pillow suspension in here.
Which leaks, of course.
Yeah, they all do. They don't leak, they seep.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yes. Yeah. There's some seepage.
Natural seepage, yeah.
But
That's very
it
cool.
runs really nicely, but it stops erratically.
Ah.
And so I put a new master brake cylinder on.
Yeah.
Here,
Oh yeah, I can see that.
which is quite a job.
It's nice. Nice to have a lift though, to be able to do it.
I did that before I got the lift.
Okay, well then it wasn't very nice.
No.
And maybe take the brake hubs off and just oil everything, like lubricate everything.
I have done that. Actually.
You have done that.
I found that I've readjusted the brakes, so I'm hoping when I get it down off here it
Will actually work.
Yeah.
And we got a lovely old Mercedes.
The 1966 230S.
Why is this here? Just you wanted to take up more space, yeah?
Yeah. I had some room for a large German car.
You're going to restore it, or?
You know what? It's almost completely rust free. You're on the very worst panel.
Yeah. Well, it all comes to down how the floor and the chassis is.
Yeah,
So.
and it's almost entirely rust free. The engine is absolutely, in very, very good shape.
Yeah. It smells
There's a
good.
little bit of an issue with the transmission, but it's a very drivable kind of. I think I'm not going to restore it. I'm just going to drive it into the ground.
Lovely. I like these. They're very cool.
Really well. So it drives quite a bit like your Flaminia. You really get a sort of vintagey feel.
Yeah.
And it just kind of floats down the road.
Very nice. What's we don't have to open it, but that's what's
A modern Mercedes.
modern Mercedes.
It doesn't run.
Ah,
And there's 600
600.
V12.
Oh wow.
12
And
feet-
there's
12
another
feet
Mercedes
long.
back there, and there's something smaller in the
It's a
corner.
Carmen gear, Type 34 Carmen gear.
Okay, there you go.
That's in process of being restored.
So tell us about this. What's the? So what's is this for Peugeot bikes or?
Yeah, it's kind of a what do you call it? like not a replica, but a
Homage.
homage to the 1960s Tour de France team cars and service cars that they used to use in the Tour de France.
Yeah.
And the unique feature, of course, is that this the back door. It takes me a while to get it off. So what used to happen was
I have you just cut off the rear handle and left like a pea to impale whoever you comes close to it. Nice catch.
myself. I have a cut on my knee from that. So it's only got me so far.
Fair enough.
But,
Look at that.
yeah. So then the mechanics would sit in here and work on the bike. See, they could just climb in and out.
Were they,
And then they would...
while you're
with the
driving?
bikes. Yeah.
While they were bicycling, you could adjust something.
And hand up amphetamines.
Well, that's handy. Yeah, brilliant. Well, you know I've got a soft spot for the 404s now.
Yeah. This one's a really good car. Basically, a really good car.
I can just see the plastic on this. It's like, it's not. You still have some of the chrome left in the back of it. Mine's just turned like yellow.
Oh, has it? I bought this car from a dealer in the Netherlands, but it had been one of those cars that a Peugeot dealer had in their showroom to kind of illustrate to new customers that Peugeots last for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd been sat in this Peugeot dealer's showroom for many years, and he'd maintained it within an inch of its life. It just had its oil changed every few months, even though he never drove it.
Yeah, so it was just like brand new in certain ways.
It's like brand new.
The interior is really wonderful. That's the original as well, isn't it?
Well, I've put about 30,000 miles on this car.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So I'm actually starting to show some signs of wear.
Fantastic with the blue. I love the color combination in here with the blue and black dashboard. It's nice with a bit of colour. I got the red and cream, so it's also, it's nice with a bit of colour. But very cool. I think Hendrik would love this. Please comment in the comments, Hendrik, see what you think.
And then the 0300 SE, which actually is a perfectly good car, but I just don't use it.
Yeah.
And
for sale.
But
an offer here.
It's not worth anything. It's a great sort of backup car.
Yeah.
I've run that back and forth to Italy a few times.
Yeah.
Just,
you got a guest house close to Lake Garda, don't you?
Lake
Como, yeah. So I get mixed up. And what's this thing then?
Oh.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna. So this is kind of your cruiser.
Well, whatever this is, I mean, it's not for me to say what it is. I think it's for.
Well, it's not really my thing, but it's not really my thing. But I kind of have. It's kind of hard not to notice when you come in the workshop.
You seem very small alongside it.
Yeah, I am tiny. Well, you look small next to it as well. It's like a commercial. You can put a hatch on the back, and you've got a commercial truck.
I should show you the trunk. It's tiny. It's a real flaw to
the general design. But I think usually the people that have these have like a car behind it with the luggage in it, so you're not. Do you have the umbrella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never used them because it's simply using. I don't know what's in here. Oh.
There's room for a body in there.
My coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to get my bike in the back of there, I have to take the seat post out. It's hopeless for a cyclist.
There you go. I feel for you. Where's the spare tyre then?
There isn't one.
So how much is the set tyres for this thing?
Unfortunately, my brother is in the tyre business.
Okay, so he can source you some tyres.
Yeah.
Well, we won't mention his name then. We don't want to. I'll have a quick peek inside if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
That's nice. Look at that. Same kind of carpets my Bentley had.
I think you should get in and I should hold your phone.
Yeah, okay.
I can film as well as the next man.
So I'm just going to bang that into your 404.
See how awkward it is?
Yeah.
Although, now you're in there, you know, it's definitely you.
I feel very awkward.
If you'd like to close the door, there's a button. don't touch. There's the button here.
Okay.
Hold it down. The other one.
Make this one.
Yeah, hold it down.
That smashes into the car next to it.
No, you're.
And then you open door.
I'm not
and
sure
then
if I got that.
umbrella.
No, the umbrella's there. That's the ashtray. I think.
Is that the ashtray? Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to edit this now.
No, that's fine. That's what makes it good. Oh, this is the famous umbrella.
Never used. Because I'm sure as soon as you use them.
Does it have a sword in it?
I think it's poison tip.
Poison tip. Yeah. No, that's only for the Russian market.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, insert umbrella here. Very good. Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah.
I kind of get it. So,
It's a nice car on a long run.
yeah, you need tinted windows though, so nobody can recognise you.
I think this is kind of the base model Phantom Coupe because it doesn't have the starlit headliner.
Lovely.
This is really the.
Really, yeah. Well, you know, if you want to like state yourself as a proper gentleman, I guess you got to have one of these. That's what my XJ6 is for. It's like the budget version of English statesmanship.
Yeah.
Not exactly the same. No, very cool. Lots of space. So, but I do find a lot of the space is wasted. You could have like a huge box on the back. That'd be good. You should get a roof rack for it. That'd be good. You have book bike on the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those suction ones. They work quite well apparently.
Just drill a couple of holes. Cool. Well, thank you so much for showing me the Rolls. I'll kick the camera again. And I have to say, I was drawn to this when I came in. That's how I found you.
Yeah.
How do you get this down just for the kicks? Come on. Ah, very nice.
Don't rush it. You were rushing it a little bit, I think. You're getting impatient.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's kind of Rolls-Royce.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh. This is cool. This is very cool.
Design, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a nice kind of concept because it's very basic mechanically. You know, just 504 kind of designed to run around Africa for years and years without a bit of trouble.
Yeah, but it's a coupe, so
And then Pininfarina put this beautiful body on it.
yeah.
It's a really cool car.
This is great. Love the colours.
And the Austin Powers interior.
Yeah, very 70s.
Galore.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it's in bits at the moment because I'm trying to fix the heater.
I have to admit, there's a slight difference in the wood grain quality here and the Rolls. It's, you know,
The
okay.
plastic wood grain to the,
I do see that. I do see
to
the
the
difference.
solid walnut.
To be honest, though, in derelict condition, that would probably rot before this.
Yeah.
If you just, the archaeologists would find this plastic and the rubber and the wood grain dashboard.
Yeah.
But,
Is that an important criteria with you when you're buying cars yourself? How,
no, I'm just being silly. I'm just being silly. But what a great looking car! I really like these. It's rare you see them on the road as well. At least in this country.
I've got that issue with the tyres on this as well. They're the correct tyres and they've got plenty of tread, but they're very old.
Very old.
And they've got very hard, and I think that's what I'm feeling when I'm driving. It's just like not a lot of give.
No.
I just think it's almost like I'm on solid tyres.
Well, I think it's a good investment always to go with as modern tyres as you can get in cars, because people kind of forget that.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody bought these tyres, 15 years ago and put them on here and the car's not driven since.
30 years ago.
30 years ago, yeah.
Because they're dated. I can see the date on them, and they are. I think they're from way back.
Yeah.
Decent sized trunk.
There you go.
Or boot, as you like to call it. Another one of my coats.
Good.
Coat in every boot.
Well, you've got to have that. I like the velour in your in the back here. That's very fancy as well. Luxury.
One speaker there.
Yeah.
That's probably
For the driver.
Factory fitted.
Excellent.
The other one's in the store. Yeah. So that's how they created the stereophonic sound. Oh, it's not actually. It must be in here.
In the bottom.
Yeah,
side,
there.
in the side. Yeah. Lovely with the really cool design of this, even though the
it's come out.
plastics warped a little bit. And get some super glue. But this is really nice with a bit. I'm a sucker for stainless steel on door panels, and that's what I love with the Flamini as well. Is the stainless steel inside the. But yeah,
this one's not in fabulous condition, but it's pretty good. A pretty good driving car.
That's the important thing. So the one you have in fabulous condition over there is not driving, and this is.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's your favourite in the of the lot?
Oh.
As this is your collection, what would you, if you had to?
Well,
walk away with one.
I don't know. Probably the red 404.
Red 404, yeah.
Is because I had one of those years ago when my family were young and we went all over the place in it. That's why I ended up with that one. The old one obviously went by the wayside a long time ago, and then I saw this for sale in Holland, and it was in exactly the same colour, same year, same colour interior and everything. So I thought I'll get that.
Yeah, well done.
So it's a really nice car, actually.
Well, I've fallen in love with them as well. They're just so robust and well built. And when I did that road trip from Norway and down, it was a lot of fun. So I kept thinking, I'm going to get it, drive around, come back with it, sell it. But I'm like, I can't sell it. Obviously, you got them quite into Lancia as well.
Yeah. That Apia is nice, and we'll take that down later and take it for a little spin.
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be great.
See if I manage to fix the brakes. And if I didn't, it'll be an even more exciting video.
I'll hand push the Rolls-Royce out of the way then, and we'll try that.
All right.
Kind of get the feeling of you moving, but you can't hear it.
Somebody tried to steal his trailer the other day. My friend Brian.
Oh no.
No, I'm just gonna give it a little run because I hate to just move them.
You get the engine hot and whatnot. Yeah. I don't mind. I get the Rolls-Royce experience. What can I say?
I just drove this back from Italy.
Yeah.
14 hours from Como to home.
What's the?
It's not even really caning it that much. Just pretty. But we had a pretty quick. You didn't have much of a wait on the Channel Tunnel, so it was pretty good.
Oh, that's nice. What's the mileage like on this?
It gets like 23 and a half, it says, on a run like that.
That's pretty good.
I don't think it's too bad for such a huge car.
What kind of engine is it in it?
It's a big V12. It's basically a BMW engine. It's a BMW 7 Series. There's a lot of BMW stuff on here.
Yeah. But all the walnut is English. There's no German walnut in here, is there?
But it's like driving a sideboard. That's what I feel. you're kind of, it's like a three drawer sideboard.
Some drawer at the top. That'd be good. Yeah.
It says it's full of fuel, so.
Oh, that's good. After driving the Flamini up here, this is a very silent experience. What would be is this your wife's car of choice?
She doesn't like to drive it because she did drive it once and spilt milk in the back. And we had to tear the whole of the interior out to get all the milk out. It was a disaster. And so since then I don't think she's driven it.
Doesn't want to, no. It kind of ruins the Rolls-Royce experience with sour milk smell in the back.
Yeah, because you've got to get it out straight away, you know, you can't just let it sit for a few days and then tackle it. We had to floor, you know, that we're sitting on, and then there's another floor underneath, and in between those two is where all the electronics go and all this kind of stuff. So I had to take the floor out to get, because it all drained through to the electronics level.
I bet you were in a real good mood that day. You were just like,
yeah, I mean, you've got to be a
surreal.
weightlifter to get these seats out of here, you know.
I can imagine.
And then I had to take it back to Rolls-Royce to get them to reset a whole bunch of the electronics. And they were like, well, what the hell have you been doing to it? I was like, I had to take the whole thing apart. Oh, I've got the mirrors in still. There we go. It's quite fast, actually.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's, I don't really want to punch it up through.
Oh, what year is it?
10. 2010.
Yeah. It's an old banger then, in other words.
Yeah.
It's cool, it's a coupe. Yeah, it works. Now. We don't want to do any stereotypical driving in one of these.
30.
It's kind of the right home for this, out the countryside, nice weather.
It's got a switch on here for sport. There's a sport switch on the switches the transmission to hold the gears a little longer, and it also firms up the suspension.
Yeah.
Actually, in sport, on a twisty road, it drives really quite well, and way better than I'm sure most people would imagine for such a huge, you know, heavy car.
Well, it's you know, look at that peasant over there in this Cayenne.
Gosh,
How vulgar.
I waved.
You waved.
It's the least I could do.
You'll get a letter from the membership club now of Rolls-Royce, like condemning your behaviour, waving to a Porsche. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you so much for taking me a little spin in your Rolls.
They're quite rare. I think I'm not sure how many they made, 600 or 800.
Yeah, well, it's a coupe. That's the whole thing about it, isn't it? You would have gotten a sedan, would you?
No.
No.
They're the trouble with a lot of the cheaper like sedans is that they haven't been very well looked after. You know, you can buy quite cheap ones, and you're probably buying yourself a whole load of trouble.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I don't know.
They didn't clean the milk up in the back.
Exactly. They would have left it for days.
Yeah. Moving the petrol up to the carb, I guess.
Comes the Apia.
Down goes the Apia, yeah. For a small car, this was more of the pricier ones in Italy when it was new as well, compared to a Fiat or...
Well, when you look at the build quality of this, it's like night and day to a Fiat.
Yeah.
Of the same vintage.
It's a nice colour combination with the black and the grey interior as well.
That grey interior is quite a common colour for the interior, and they're very, very hard wearing. It's not difficult to find an Apia with a really good interior.
No.
That's kind of a feature.
That doesn't mean you have a good car if you have a nice interior.
No, you shouldn't be fooled by that. They last for years and years.
Oh, this is lovely though. Is that original, you think? Yeah. That's really nice. Let's test the brakes before we go on the highway, shall we?
And they're still pulling to one side. There's no way.
You want to give it a couple of good brakes first.
See?
Yeah.
It's weird, I just don't understand why. It's drivable,
But not comfortable.
not safe.
Thank you. You drove this all the way from Italy, or did you have this one shipped?
I shipped it myself in a van. I shipped it in my brother's van. Mark the tyre guy. Yeah, it fits in the back of the Sprinter van, this car.
Did. Pretty good. That's why we love Peugeot. So the key and it starts.
We're in a Mitka movie on the Mitka channel.
Here we go, here we go. Peugeot time. 404, I've got some experience in these. But God, I thought the door was open on the side now.
The door is gone.
Oh yeah, your clutch is... Oh, your brake's just at the top, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just trying the new hydrovac system because the one in my car is not ideal, so let's see if I'm just going to get one of these. They're just so easy drivers, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are.
Fantastic.
It's nice to have a breeze through the back door, isn't it?
It's a summer car, that's for sure. It would be nice with a fifth gear in these, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I guess it's just with modern roads, you know, that you when you get on the motorway and stuff. You've got four. You're in third now, aren't you?
Third.
Yeah. So
Right, there we go.
you've got two more to go.
Yeah, it's like I've never driven one of these before. So Neil's going to have you're doing a little test drive, aren't you?
Yeah.
Also because you know where the pub is. That helps.
Farm shop. Oh, it goes a long way. I
You got to test it a bit.
justified.
Nice sound in this, isn't it?
Yeah. So fourth that's all we get, isn't it?
Fourth is all we get. But it's pretty long leg, so.
Well, you got it set up really well. Was it as good as this when you got it, or have you had to do a lot of? I mean, it's
It's been
very
pretty much
easy to
like
drive.
this. I've done a little tweaking and stuff like that, but nothing major, no.
and for a guy who makes a living fixing watches, clock doesn't work.
And now I've disconnected it. It works. But I don't, because it runs off the battery all the time, I've disconnected it. Yeah. So that was my visit to Neil's garage. He's been very friendly to take me out in a couple of cars and yeah, showed me how the Peugeot should brake. Well, somewhat, it does stop and it doesn't lock like mine. And he showed me how the Apia brakes sideways.
Either way, and you never know which way,
Pretty much, yeah, excitement, you know, makes you...
and occasionally straight.
occasionally straight fine. But luckily the Rolls-Royce brakes straight.
Very good. Yeah,
That
the
probably
Rolls
were the
Royce.
most expensive one to fix as well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'd rather be working on the Apia than the Rolls-Royce.
yeah, well, thank you so much, Neil. Have a good one. I'll catch you later.
Yeah.